Slowly, he looked up, and there stood Tom, looking at the scene in front of him, at Yumi, at the food, and then at Jacob. Unreadable. For a second, no whisper. Tom just stood there, eyes moving from the tray to the food, to Yumi, and then finally to Jacob. Unreadable. Yumi, on the other hand, had no such tension. Mama, she beaming in her seat. Look, he got me food. Tom gazed up it to her. I can see that. His voice was calm, too calm. Yumi grabbed his knees excitedly. He said I have to eat one by one, and I finished one already. Look, she pointed proudly at the empty plate. Tong nodded slowly. Good job. And his eyes, they flickered it back to Shankar. Shankar leaned it back slightly in his chair, expression neutral. Don't worry, he said casually. I don't pick my food. Tong jaw tightened almost visibly. I didn't say that. You did. Your face did. A bus. Yumi looked between them confused. Why are you both talking like that? She asked it innocently. Neither answered her. Tong stepped closer to the table, instead returning to her. You shouldn't have left the office alone, he said, voice softer now. I was hungry. She replied immediately. Tong sighed. Finally, you could have told me. You were busy. She said, pouting slightly. That made him stop, because he didn't have the answer for that either. Jaggu watched the whole exchange quietly. Something in his expression shifted again, less sharp, more observative. She didn't do anything wrong, he said after a moment. Tom glanced at him. I didn't say she did. But you are scolding her. I'm not scolding her. You should, like you are. Tom straightened slightly. And you sounds like you are interfering. There it was again, that distance, that line. Jungkook let out a small breath through his nose. Relax. I was just feeding off. Yumi raised her hand suddenly. I asked him. She added quickly, defending him. Both of them looked at her. He didn't say no. She continued proudly. Jungkook smirked faintly. Tom didn't. Thank you. Tom said after a moment, the word direct to Jungkook, but spoken carefully. You didn't have to do that. Jungkook struggled. She was hungry. That's still not your responsibility. Something about that didn't sit right. Jungkook's eyes flickered slightly. Yeah, he said. I figured. Yumi looked between them again, sensing something but not understanding it. Mama said, she said, suddenly patting the chair next to her. Eat with us. Tong hesitated. Jungkook didn't say anything this time, just watched it after a second. Tong slowly pulled the chair and sat down. Not too close, not too far. Yumi smiled happily and went back to eating. See, she said. Now it's better. Neither of them replied, but the air still thick, still complicated, still unfinished. Jungkook picked at the edge of the tray absent-mindedly. Then, without looking at Tong, he said, she said you forgot to eat. Tong stared. Yumi paused mid-bite. Yumi? Tong said quietly, but it was too late. Jungkook finally looked at him. And you are telling me to act responsible? The words weren't loud, but they hit hard. Tom made his guess for a second. There was no professor, no student standing in something neither of them knew how to handle. Yumi looked at both of them nervously now. Did I do something wrong? She whispered. Tom's expression softened instantly. No, he said gently, placing a hand on her head. You didn't. Jungkook looked away, jaw tight, because somehow that softness still wasn't for him, and that was the part he couldn't ignore anymore. Yumi went quiet after that, not completely. She still ate, still shared, and looked at her plate. But the easy shutter was cold, and that alone made Tong sigh softly. He reached out, brushing her hair back gently. Ate, he murmured. You said you were hungry? She nodded and took another bite, but her eyes kept flickering between him and Jeon Jungkook. Jungkook noticed it, and for the first time since Tong arrived, he looked uncomfortable. He tapped his finger lightly against the table, then pushing the chair back a little. Ashuko, he said casually, even though his tone didn't fully match. Yumi's it snapped up instantly. Already? Jungkook first. Yeah, but I didn't finish everything, she said, pouting slightly. Jungkook glanced at her plate, then at the rest of the food. You can eat it later. She shook her head. No, you said one by one. That almost made him smile. Almost. He leaned forward slightly, softening just a little. Then finish it, he said. You are big girl, right? She nodded instantly. Yes. Shankuk. Good, he said, ruffling her hair line. She giggled. Tong watched that quietly. Something in his expression shifted again. Because Jungkook was different with her, gentler, real, and that made things more complicated. Because straightening, Jungkook straightened, picked up his bag from the side the chair. Take her back to your office, he said without looking at Tong. She shouldn't be walking around alone. Tong frowned slightly. I know that. Jungkook nodded. Good. Applause. Then he turned it to leave, but Jungkook, Tong's voice stopped him. He didn't turn immediately. Yes, sir, he replied after a second. The word again. Still distance. Still control him. Tong stood up slowly. We need to talk. Shankuk let out a quiet breath. Do we? Yes. Shankuk finally turned it this time. His expression wasn't angry anymore, just tired. About what? He asked it. Tong hesitated because suddenly there were too many things, too many unsaid words, too many misunderstandings about yesterday. He said finally. Shankuk's jaw tightened slightly, and today, a small, harmless smile tugged at Shankuk's lips. Which part? Tong didn't answer that directly. Come to my office after this, he said instantly. Shankuk studied him for a second like he was trying to decide something. Then he nodded once. Fine. Yumi looked between them again. Are you coming back? She asked Shankuk softly. Shankuk glanced at her. Something in his expression softened again. Finish your food first, he said. She nodded. Okay. Shankuk gave a small nod back, then turned and walked away. This time not rushing, not staying. Tong watched him go, and this time he didn't look away first. A few minutes later, Yumi finished eating. Tong wiped her hand gently with a tissue. Come, he said softly. Let's go. She nodded, holding her hand, but before leaving, she looked back at the direction Shankuk went, then up at Tong. Mama, are you mad at him? Tong paused. Just for a second. No, she tilted her head. Then why do you talk like that? Tong didn't answer because he didn't know how to explain it, not to her, not even to himself. It properly next time, he said instantly, gently changing the topic. She frowned slightly but didn't push. Okay. They walked out of the cafeteria together, but Tong's smile wasn't there anymore. It was already somewhere else in the office waiting for the conversation. He had no idea how to start. Of the office opening, the first thing that filled the room was a silence. It was warm. Papa, Yumi's voice echoed and she ran inside without waiting, her tiny feet slipping across the floor. The man sitting inside looked up immediately, his face softening the moment he saw her. There is my baby, Min Yoongi smiled, standing up just in time to catch her as she threw herself into his arm. He lifted her easily, holding her close as if she belonged there, like she always had. He pressed kisses all over her face, making her giggle loudly as he wrapped her arms around himself. I missed you, she squealed. I missed you more, he replied, his voice full of affection. From the doorway. John Chunko stood still, watching the way they fit together so naturally. The laughter, the ease, the closeness. It painted a picture Chunko didn't belong in. A family. Complete. And he was just standing outside. Behind him, Tao stepped in, closing the door softly before his eyes landed on the man. Yoongi, he said, a faint frown on him. Why are you here again? Yoongi snickered. Yumi slid on his arms and reached into his pocket, pulling out an envelope. I came for this, he said, holding it out. Tong looked at him, opened it without hesitation. His eyes scanned the paper inside, but within a second his brows went deeper. I told you, he said, looking up. I won't be available at these days. Yumi stepped closer, her expression softening into pleading. Please, he said quietly, you have to be there. You know it's important. Tong shook his head, his grip tightening around the paper. I can't. Exams are near. I can't take a leave, especially not on these days. It's important. Shungi hesitated for a second and reached out gently, holding Tong's hand. Just this once, he said, his voice lowered now. I won't ask for anything again, please. Just this last one. Tong's eyes flickered down to their joined eyes. A moment passed, then he sighed. Fine, he said quietly. I will try. But I am not promising anything. I can't guarantee I will come. Yogi's face lit up almost instantly. That's okay, he said, swinging his hand lightly. I know you will come. Tom frowned faintly. And how are you so sure? Shungi smiled. I just know. The room felt quiet, still again, but from where he stood, Jungkook felt it different. That certainty, that familiarity, that unspoken understanding between them. It wasn't loud, but it was strong, and it made everything painfully clear. A small hollow chuckle escaped Jungkook's lips. Focus. Whatever the date was, whatever they had, it wasn't something he could step into. Didn't belong to him. Would never belong to him. So he didn't interrupt, didn't say a word. He just turned it and walked away quietly because this time he chose not to interfere in something that was already completed. Shankuk had barely taken a step away from the office when the faint sound of the door shifted made Thong look up, and for a split second he saw Shankuk turning, leaving. Something in Thong's chest tightened. The name almost slipped his lips. His body moved before his mind could catch up, taking a step forward to the door, but a hand caught his wrist. Thong. He stopped it. Yoongi stood there, his grip firm, not harsh, but enough to lean back. Thong frowned slightly, glancing at him. Let go, he said quietly. I need to. To what? Yoongi asked him, calm but pointing. Thong hesitated, his eyes flickering toward the door again. Jungkook was already gone. Talk to him, he said, though his voice lacked certainty now. Yoongi studied his face for a moment, then spoke after this time. About what? That made Thong burst, because he didn't have the clear answer. He started, then stopped, frustration creeping into his tone. He misunderstood things. Yoongi tilted his head slightly. Did he? Thong looked up. What is that supposed to mean? Yoongi didn't reply immediately. Instead, he let go of Thong's wrist slowly. If he misunderstood, he said after a moment, then you should ask yourself why. Thong's brows pulled together. That's not the point. It is, Yoongi said simply. Silence fell between them. Yumi, still in Yoongi's arms, looked between the two, sensing the shift again. Young ran a hand through his hair, clearly unsettled now. I just need to clear things up. He muttered. Yoongi washes him carefully. And that exactly are you going to clear? Tom didn't answer because once again he didn't know. Yoongi sighed quietly. Sure, Tisha. Tom, he reminded, was simple but firm. You already know where the line is. Tom shot at me slightly. I'm not crossing any line. Yoongi didn't argue that. He just looked at him, and somehow that look said more than a word. Tom exhaled slowly, his shoulder dropping just a little. By the time he looked at the door, there was nothing there. Not Jungkook, not footstep, nothing. And for some reason that bothered him more than it should have. He left. Tom said under his breath. Yoongi shifted, Minji, slightly his shoes too. Tom didn't reply because deep down he knew that was true, and it, a small part of him still wished he had stopped him. That night, silence filled the room, too much silence. John Jungkook sat on the desk, book open in front of him, pen in hand, but nothing was going in, not a single word. His eyes stayed on the some line for a minute, maybe longer. Focus. He muttered under his breath, rubbing his temple. He tried again, read the line, then again and again, but all he could see was that office, that moment. Papa, I know you will come. That smile, Jungkook scoffed, throwing the pen on the table. Jungkook scoffed, throwing. Unbelievable. He leaned back in his chair, running a hand through his hair in frustration. Why does it even matter? He muttered, through his tone said otherwise. His eyes drifted toward the bag, and something inside caught his attention. Frowning slightly, he leaned forward and pulled it open, rubbed through it carefully until he pressed a pin, not his. He picked it up, turning it between his fingers, slick, familiar. His brows pulled together. This is his Kim Taeyong's pen. He must have taken it that day without realization. Shankar stared at it for a long moment, thinking. Then he stood up. Fine, he muttered. Let's just return it. The excuse sounded weak even to him, but he didn't question it, didn't want to. He grabbed the jacket, slipped the pen into his pocket, and walked out. A few minutes later, Jungkook stood in front of Taehoon's house. The place looked quiet, light on, calm, normal. His hand hovered near the doorbell for a second, then he passed it once. The sound echoed faintly inside. Jungkook waited, heartbeat a little louder than usual. Footsteps approached, the sound creeping in, open, and there he was, Kim Tae standing right in front of him. For a second, both of them froze. Long eyes widened slightly, clearly not expecting him. Jungkook? Jungkook smiled, trying to keep his expression neutral. I came to return this. He said, pulling the pen out and holding it forward. Thong didn't take it immediately. He just looked at him like he was trying to understand why he was really there. You came all the way for the pen? He asked slightly. Jungkook shrugged lightly. Didn't want to keep something that's not mine. The words were simple, but the meaning behind them wasn't. Thong lingered on him for a moment longer than necessary. He slowly stepped aside. Come in, he said. Jungkook hesitated for a second before stepping inside. When Jungkook stepped inside, his eyes moved around the room and paused. They gave everything he had sent that day. Still there, neatly arranged, the flowers placed carefully in the pots. Not thrown aside, not forgotten. Something in his expression flickered for a second, but he quickly looked away. Behind him, Thong walked in, closing the door softly before holding toward the table. He picked up the glass of water and turned it back. Sit, he said, gently holding it out. Jungkook shook his head immediately. No, I am not here to stay. He placed the pen on the table. I came to return this. I am leaving. He turned it. But before he could step back, Thong grabbed his wrist and sudden contact made Jungkook stop. He turned it back slowly, his eyes dropping to the hand on the wrist. Then lifted to Taehoon's face for a second. Neither of them spoke. Then Taehoon seemed to realize it too. He let go almost immediately. Just stay for a while, he said, quieter now. Jungkook shook his head again. No. Taehoon frowned slightly. Why are you angry? That was enough. Jungkook's jaw tightened. You really don't know? He asked, his voice low. Then Taehoon blinked. What? Jungkook let out a sharp breath, a harmless smile, tugging at his hair. Or are you just pretending to be innocent? Taehoon's brows pulled together. I am not pretending. Oh, Jungkook cut him off, nodding slowly. Wait, now I get it. He stepped closer. You were never clueless, were you? Taehoon looked at him confused. What are you talking about? Jungkook leaned under his breath. You always knew, he said, voice dropping. What I mean, what I was doing. Taehoon's eyes widened slightly. I didn't. And I was flirting with you. Jungkook added, his tone sharper now. The whole time. That made Taehoon freeze. You were what? His hand came up instantly, covering his mouth in shock. Jungkook shook less softly. Don't do that, Professor, he said, shaking his head. Don't act innocent now. Jungkook lowered his hand slowly. I am not acting. Now that I know how clever you were. Jungkook continued, stepping closer. Don't put that act in front of me. Taehoon shook his head more firmly this time. No, he said. I didn't know. Jungkook's expression darkened. In one swift motion, he grabbed Taehoon's wrist again and pushed him back against the wall to hold him there, to take him answer. You really don't know that have been in love with you, Professor? Jungkook shook, asked, his voice low and tense. Taehoon's breath issued slightly at the sudden closeness. His back pressed against the wall, his wrist in Jungkook's hold, and for the first time he looked shaken. I didn't, he said, quieter now. Not the way you are saying it. Jungkook stares at him, searching, as if trying to catch a lie. But Taehoon's eyes were steady, confused, honest, and that only made things more complicated. Jungkook didn't pull away, his forehead brushed against Taehoon's as he exhaled softly, eyes half lidded like he had held it in front far too long. Let's do it properly. Jungkook whispered, his hand calmed up instantly for a second before resting lightly against Taehoon's arm. I didn't fail for you suddenly, he murmured, leaning in again, this time pressing a kiss to Taehoon's arm. I failed for you at the first day. Another kiss, slightly closer, when you were explaining something so seriously, and your glasses kept slipping. A faint smile badly. Sugar left, and you didn't even notice. His lips brushed against Tong's cheek. I thought you were annoying at first, he admitted softly. Too strict, too proper. Up and then, but I keep looking you anyway. He moved just a little closer to Taeyong's ear now, his voice lowering. I like it the way you say my name. He whispered, even while you were scolding me. A soft breath left him, another gentle press near his ear, lingering just a second longer. It felt different, he added, like it wasn't just today. His hand tightened slightly unconsciously. And when you got confused, he continued, voice softer now. When you didn't understand my teasing, a small smile ghosted on his lips. You looked so real. He moved again, this time to the side of Dong's neck, but slower, more careful, like he was giving him time to stop himself. I like it the way most. He whispered, a soft red touching his lips. Nothing rushed, nothing forced. I like it how never pretended to be something else. He looked back just enough to look at him again. I searched vulnerable now. I didn't plan this. He said honestly, I didn't wake up one day and decided to fall for you. His shaky breath left him. It just happened. His voice dropped quieter, heavier, and I kept falling. Silence wrapped around them. Shaguk hand slowly slipped away, but he didn't move back completely. I know I shouldn't have. He finished it, almost like confessing to himself. I know this isn't right. A small pulse, then softening. But that doesn't make it any less real. He looked at Tom. There was no tension, no smack, just truth. And that's why I couldn't stop. Shaku's hand slowly dropped from Tom's arm. The warmth between them faded just like that. He took a step back, then another, his eyes lingering in Tom for a brief second before he let out a sobbing. And that's how I'm in love. Shaku said quietly. There was no teasing left in his voice now. No playfulness, just truth, raw and unfiltered. A faint smile touched his lips. But I guess he continued, shaking his head slightly. My love was never meant to be fulfilled. Tom didn't move, didn't speak. He just stood there, watching him. I wish I could make you mine. Shankuk admitted, his voice dropping. I really do. A buzz. Then he exhaled, but I can't force something like that. He added, not by running your family. Those words hit harder than anything else. Shankuk straightened slightly, like he was gathering himself again. So good boy, Kim Taeyong. The name sounded different this time, distance. I hope you live a long, happy life with your family. He said softly, I am happy for you, really. And with that he turned it, walking toward the door. A step felt heavier than the last. Behind him, Tom still hadn't moved it, but his mind wasn't still, it was stars, pregnant, flashing in one after another. Jungkook laughing in class, Jungkook teasing him endlessly, Jungkook waiting after lecture. The way he looked at him, the way he said his name, everything. All of it. Like small clips playing too fast, too loud, too late. His breath hished slightly. Jungkook. The name slipped before he could stop it. Jungkook froze but didn't turn. A quiet chuckle left him. No need to feel guilty, Professor, he said without looking back. I won't invade your prince anymore. And then he took another step. Wait. This time Tong's voice was firmer. Shaku stopped again. Silence stretched between them. Then slowly he turned it. What? He asked, his voice faintly drawn. Tong hesitated for a second before speaking. Will you go somewhere with me this Friday? Shankuk frowned slightly. Where? A small bus. Tong shook his head. It's a surprise. Shankuk stares at him suspicious, confused. Part of him wanted to refuse, to walk away, to end it right there, but another part, the one that still hadn't let go, stayed. Fine, he said after a moment. Tong's lips curved into a soft, generous smile. Thank you. Shankuk nodded once, then turned it again. This time, he reached to the door. His eye rested on the handle before he glanced back slightly. See you at tomorrow, Professor. Shankuk nodded, still holding that faint smile. See you. And then Shankuk left, leaving behind a silence that felt heavier than before, but also different because now something had finally begun. The court echoed with the sound of bouncing balls, sneakers squeezing against the floor, and laughter spilling from every corner. In the middle of it, John Jungkook was playing, focused, fast, sharp. like he was trying to punch something out of himself. A pass, a turn, a clean shot, and ball went through the hoop perfectly. Nice one, someone shouted. Jungkook barely reacted, just a small nod as he cocked the ball again. But then his eyes lifted and froze. Up to the balcony, a small figure stood, leaning slightly over the railing, Humi, watching curiously, quiet. Jungkook blinked once, then smiled faintly. Hey, he called out, raising a hand slightly. Humi looked around, confused at first, then pointed at herself. Me? Jungkook nodded. Yeah, Hugh, come here. She hesitated for a second and disappeared from the balcony. A minute later, tiny footsteps echoed near the court as she walked in, looking around a little shy but excited. Jungkook crouches down slightly to her level. What are you doing there, alone? He asked. Mama is working, she said simply. Jungkook, you might wanna play? Her eyes lit up instantly. She nodded quickly, yes. Jungkook shook her softly. Alright then. He grabbed the ball and placed it in her hand, small hand. First roll, she said seriously. Tone but playful eyes. You don't drop it. She nodded again, determined. I've won. He stood behind her, guiding her gently. Hold it like this, he said, adjusting her grip, and aim there. She tried. The ball barely lifted. Jungkook laughed softly. Okay, we need a shorter. Before she could ask, he picked her up easily. Yumi scolded in surprise, then burst into giggle. Shoot now, Jungkook said. She threw the ball. It hit the board and dropped it. Both of them froze for a second. Then, it went in, she shouted. Jungkook laughed, spinning her around once in the air. I told you could do it. Her laughter filled the court. Jungkook smiled, the kind he didn't know show in a while. He set her down, then immediately picked her up again and another try. Again, she demanded. Yes, ma'am, he replied playfully. They kept playing again and again. Jungkook lifted her, guiding her, laughing with her, like nothing else mattered, like he had forgotten everything. Or maybe like he was trying up on the balcony. Tong stood still, watching. Every moment, every laugh, every smile, his eyes following Jungkook, the way he bent down to talk to her, the way he held her carefully, the way he smiled at her, soft, warm, real. Tong's grip on the railing tightened slightly because this wasn't the same Jungkook, nor the teasing one, nor the reckless one. This one was different, and somehow that made it harder to look away. Below, Jungkook lifted Yumi again. Last one, he said. No more. She protested, laughing. Jungkook shook his head. You will get tired. I am not tired, he smirked. Liar. She giggled again, and as he spun her lightly in the air for a second, his eyes lifted, meeting to the balcony. Meeting Tong, the smile on his face didn't disappear, but it changed just slightly, less bright, more controlling. Then he looked away, like it didn't matter, and continued playing. The sound of footsteps echoed the stair, and a moment later Tong appeared to the court, Humi's hand in his. Jungkook noticed it, but he didn't stop playing. He just passed the ball once more, then cocked it back, like he needed those extra seconds to compose himself. Tong walked straight toward him, no hesitation, no pause. When he stopped in front of Jungkook, he held out a card. If you want, he said quietly, you can read it. Jungkook glanced at it, didn't take it. What is it? It's an invitation card. Jungkook, Tong replied. For Friday, a beat of silence, then Jungkook pushed his hand back slightly. No, Tong frowned. I don't want it, Jungkook said flatly. Why? Jungkook let out a small breath, finally meeting his eyes. Because I have made up my mind, he said calmly. I am not coming.